Well, good morning, folks. Papa Joe here. Head gum truck, he's smoking a little bit, firing up over there. I'm down here in Laredo, Texas. I'm basically a day ahead of my schedule. Dispatch thought I'd be loading out of here Friday. He didn't think I'd get empty down here till late today, and I pulled him. But he's on top of his game enough. He pinged my truck yesterday and seen what time I was delivered over in Saskatoon. Not Saskatoon, Saginaw. I think I'm back in Canada or something. And I'm gonna move my truck now. Y'all bear with me. I am parked on the streets of Laredo, which is common practice down here, whether we like it or not.
In 800 feet, turn left on Auburn Road.
It was one of these deals where I was supposed to be able to load from 9 a.m. until 4:30, and the broker's baby was sick or something, and they couldn't give me the load information that I needed to load, so I wound up hanging out down here and waiting. And don't mind me. I have a problem.
Turn right on Gammon Road.
It is called common courtesy, and there's two driveways here for businesses for the truck entrance, and I make it a point to not park where they have to fight with getting around me. I hate it when I'm trying to pull out of a place and there's a truck. If he'd parked 10 foot back, would have been all right. One of them type deals. So I'm making it a point to, and brakes are set. I'm making it a point to be out of their way, regardless which one they come out of. Plus, on top of that, makes it easier for me to turn to go in there. So anyhow, kicked my load off. Had to wait an extra hour and a half to come get this load. I get over here and it ain't even across the border yet. So I talked to all the appropriate people, and we're gonna wait a couple hours and see if it makes it over or not. It'd be real easy to say, yeah, it'll be here, but Customs has been known to turn stuff around. This would not be the first time they turned a load around. This load will run up to Houston, and from there I'll go home. They'll load me out of Houston Monday. And I don't have a problem waiting down here for it. I'm not near as antsy as I used to be. This is just part of it. Part of trucking, part of Laredo. Something you just got to get used to. Ate at a Stripes last night. Stripes is a truck stop, a small truck stop, but there's a lot of them. And they have a Mexican little grill thing in there, and some of the best Tex-Mex food I've ever ate. And every chance I get to eat at one, I do. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and I mentioned that me and Mama had went to Taco Hill. Hold on. And he was all beside himself because I said we'd went to Taco Hill. He's like, dude, you're a Texan. Yeah, what's your point? Well, you're down there by Houston. You got all those authentic Mexican restaurants. I would think you'd go one of them before Taco Bell. I said, dude, I said, your mama was Creole, right? She's from Louisiana. She cooked the real Creole food. He's like, yeah. I said, have you ever went to a restaurant and got food anything even close to your mama's or your aunt's? No, I can't say that I have. I said, well, it's the same thing with us. I said, these Mexican restaurants, I said, they're not authentic Mexican to me. They're not what we ate at our friend's house, our Mexican friend's house and stuff. They cooked the real deal. And it wasn't like what we get here. I said, so, you know, and it's overpriced. I mean, you go to a Mexican restaurant and you're paying $8, $9, $10 for a little bit of chicken or steak or whatever, some beans, rice, and lettuce. Really? Last time I checked, beans were pretty damn cheap. I said, so I just soon hit a Taco Bell once in a while. Besides, I like Taco Bell once in a while. I don't want a steady diet in none of them. But anyhow, the Stripes, if you're in the South, and you can, and I forget the name of it, it's Taco something is the name of the little restaurant bar thing. It ain't a bar like drinking, it's a counter. So they got good food. Now I was waiting this morning, and I was gonna get one of their breakfast plates, and I was really looking forward to it, and it really quite disappointed me. They do their own tortillas there, and one guy was running by himself, long wait. When you got a long wait from the locals, you know you're at the right place. And every Stripes I've gone to has been like that. But for me, he overcooked the tortillas. They had that burnt smell to them and a little bit of black on them. A lot of people like that. I'm not a big fan of that. But other than that, it was a good meal. I had chorizo and eggs and beans and taters. And I think part of it just might have been me and my attitude. I don't know. It ain't that I got up in a bad mood, but I don't get up and eat that often, that right away. I used to. But I knew I had to go make a delivery and hurry over here to get this load. And I wanted their breakfast, so I went ahead and ate earlier than normal. So I think it's a little mix of both me and them. So got over here, and it ain't across the border yet. I called the dispatch, let him know, and he's like, I said, they're giving me options, wait or not. And I told him I'd wait for a while. And he said, we ain't gonna wait too long. He said, I don't want you sitting down there all day. Okay. I said, I gotta go back out in the street. And that's something else. Now I had him on speakerphone, and I was in their shipping office. And as soon as he picked up, I said, dude, you're on the speakerphone, so watch what you say. And made a joke of it. Then I let him know that the load wasn't across the border yet. Now I called him after I left the office, because I don't do that too often to him. And said, I've had him about a year now, and that's the second or third time I've ever done that to him. And I told him, I said, I know you're not prone to cussing, but I didn't want to tell you the load wasn't here, wasn't even across the border yet, and have you break out in one of your rare moments. He just kind of chuckled, which we both agreed. I've ran Laredo enough, and long before this company, And he's tried finding loads out of here long before me. So we both know Laredo. There's some cities, they are what they are. You know? It's kind of like that guy got on that's going to Florida. And my dispatcher got him on his board. And we all know Florida. If you've been trucking for any amount of time, you know Florida. So they know what to expect. That's one of the things that I try telling drivers when they talk about going owner-operator and all this. You really need to know the industry. And it's real easy to have 2 years out here, 3 years out here, and think you know the industry. That buddy Michael of mine, he cracks me up. And he's told me more than once. He said, dude, it took 2 years before I started learning what I didn't even know. He said, there's a lot I don't know. Well, a lot of them need to take that attitude. So, it is what it is. I will be getting home sometime tomorrow. I'm quite certain that's our plans. I hear an ambulance or something. But I ain't got no steadfast plans for the weekend. We will see what happens. I definitely asked the son to come over and work on lawnmowers. I'm having a rough time with lawnmowers this summer. And I asked him to come over and play with lawnmowers. I had the one going and it now stopped, which we think is a carburetor. But we'll just have to wait and see. The other one has a transmission issue. And once again, we'll have to wait and see. So, got a buddy of mine that he's a recent widower, and he's going through some hard times. Got me and the wife talking, and you know, as older people, we all go through our hard times. As younger people, we do too, but there's a little bit of difference. There really is. And it's one of these deals where he has helped so many people out. And now that he's needed some help, there's no one for him to turn to but a select few of us. That just ain't right. It ain't right. Me and her can relate to it. I told him, I said, sell your place, brother, come on to Texas. You know, I've got a few close friends. I don't make lots of friends. And I've got a small handful of really close people that, and I've told now 2 of them, come on. Sell that shit. Block it up, turn off utilities, whatever you got to do. Let it go. Come on down here. We got a spare bedroom. So, I hope he does. I got a feeling he won't, but I hope he does. He's got that deal where he's got a house full of his kids that are adults, kids and grandkids, and I don't know details. He doesn't tell all the details, and I don't ask. That's prying and rude to me. And there's those that would say me putting this on here would be rude, but I haven't said who he is. The only one that would know who I'm talking about would be my wife and him, and they're not going to jump on here and tell you who it is. But he's got these adult kids at home helping them out, brought them in, and they're not finding work. Really? Now, I don't want to hear about there ain't no jobs. In my lifetime, I've gone through the tough times like everybody else. We all have with the economy, blah, blah, blah. And how many of us men really stayed unemployed. I didn't. The only time I stayed unemployed, I did for about 2 years. I did it on purpose because I had a side job that was under the table that was making me plenty of money. So even then I wasn't unemployed. I was working just under the table. But it was one of them deals. So I've never been one to buy into that, oh, I can't find a job. Hogwash. When we first moved to Oklahoma, me and my ex-wife, whether I wanted to or not, I needed a job. So I was working the kill floor on a slaughterhouse. I did not like that job. I hated that job. I detested that job. But it paid the bills. So then my ex-wife, she went and got a job at a restaurant as a waiter. It happened to be right by an auction house, animal auction house. So she did all right. But we didn't sit around hollering, I can't find a job. It just wasn't happening. No point or meaning to this video other than howdy. Ain't talked to you like this in a little while. Figured I'd just give you an update. Let you know what's going on in my world. I've been feeling a lot better. For those that know, I was a little under the weather. I've been trying to eat better. Well, I was already trying to eat better. Just because of the cost out here on the road. And I like mine and Mama's cooking a lot better. So I've been eating out of the icebox before I started getting a little green around the gills. I'm only doing one energy drink a day. I'm making that a point. I'm trying to start my morning out with not just opening up an energy drink. I started out with orange juice or milk or something of that caliber. And just to give myself a little shot of a morning. So, this morning I did I guess that's a quart of milk. Which, in South Texas, if you're going to do milk, you better do it early in the day. Don't do that milk and then get out in the heat working. It will clabber and make you sick. Well, been there, done that. Yesterday I had me an orange juice, probably half that size. A pint, I guess. So, then I'll nurse this energy drink for a few hours. I have been limiting myself to one Mountain Dew a day. One of the big ones. It is a 1 liter. And I make it a point to drink 3 or 4 of the waters. Some days I drink more. And today will be one of them days. But I am trying to do a little bit better. I've cut back on my smoking. I'm not cut out by no means, but I'm not smoking as much. I catch myself driving down the road, just put one out and start to light another one. Because I've been a chain smoker for years. So I try to not do that so much. We are talking about going to see a hypnotist and getting hypnotized. I know a very good friend of mine. He's a business associate, a very successful business associate. And him and one of his employees went and got hypnotized for smoking. And it did him great. He had relatively small issues with it. And his employee is now addicted to the nicotine gum. But he himself, he's laid them all the way down. Of course, now they did this 5 years ago and he's still smoke free. Now he did have some cancer show up in him, but he's now got that taken care of, thank you, Lord. But me and the wife's thinking about it. It ain't gonna be cheap. I ain't sure how that stuff works, and believe it or not, I am a very mentally solid person, opinionated, and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know if that will help or be a hindrance to being hypnotized. I think a lot of the being hypnotized is a matter of if you want it to work or not. And I would really like to quit smoking. It's very expensive, and it's done a lot of damage to my life. I'd hate to think how much money I've actually spent on cigarettes. Thousands of dollars. So, I would love to. I'd like, well, me and the wife was figuring out what we actually cost us to smoke every month. It's just damn near a house payment. Between the two of us, we smoke up damn near a house payment. Is that crazy or what? So, I hope we do it, and I hope it works. Any of y'all ever had any experience with it? Do you know anybody that has? If you have, please let me know. One of them type deals. So, but that's what's going on in the world of Pop and Joe. I'm sitting in Laredo, and I'm all excited about it. Or something. Y'all remember, God loves you, and so do I. You have a blessed evening now. Bye.